It's week 1 of the National Football League. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Titans and the Saints. All that and more coming up next.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the New Orleans Saints. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because a
new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
It's going to take some time to adjust to seeing Carr running out in a new uniform. Instead of black and silver, it's black and gold. 35,000 yards and over 200 touchdowns with the Raiders. The Saints more than willing to let him air it out all game long to a talented group of pass catchers in the Big Easy.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd and 10. Carr. He completes it to Olave. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. 1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Kamara. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Williams diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Will knocks on for the point after. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the Titans ready to take over on offense for the first time. And it is the now 35-year-old Ryan Tannehill who leads them out in his 12th NFL campaign.
Those who expected Ryan Tannehill to go quietly into the night after the Titans drafted Will Levis, well, they clearly don't know this man well at all. He's a fighter and former comeback player of the year, and expects to have his best season yet as a pro in this campaign.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
1 down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And his throw is incomplete. So you think about the Saints here in 2023. I think they wanted some stability at the quarterback position. Well, enter Derek Carr, leaving Las Vegas, if you will, to sign here. What will his presence do for a team like this?
It solidifies a position that for the Saints in 2022 is like a revolving door. They could never settle on one guy due to injuries, inconsistent play, you name it. But now they've got a guy who's done it at a really high level and is fired up about doing it in a new location.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Now Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play that time for the Titans. 55 yards.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
Badgley's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 39. Carr now to throw. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. There he goes, right side. He's still on his feet, and they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Carr. Quick slant here to Smith. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Throwing now is Carr. That is caught. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith, 26 yards. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Holding, receiving team.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. Now Tannehill. Pressure gets to him and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Wreaking havoc was Nathan Shepard, the D tackle. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. Oh, that's into a double team and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports.
For the Saints, this is why they signed him. They got a strong performance from their quarterback, Derek Carr. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Colin Saunders able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returnable here from the 38. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Throwing on first down is Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. To throw, it's Carr. Again, it's Johnson. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On second down, here's Carr. The pass caught by Olave. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Carr to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On second down, Kamara. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Fourth down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
And how about the coverage here in the end zone? That's how you frustrate a quarterback. You get pressure on, and you take away all of his receivers, and he's got to throw it away on third and goal.
The kick by Watts is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you said, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, it makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
Tennessee offense set to go again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A first down carry for Henry. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Tannehill's throws on target to Duvernay. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Tannehill. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because
What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Carr going to throw. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. They work now on 2nd and 9. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. Now 2nd and 9. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So Carr will exit stage right and on his Lutz for the Saints field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Holding, receiving team.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's one as a quarterback where you put both hands on your helmet and say, I can't believe I just did that. If he puts a little more touch on that ball, the receiver's still running. Instead, it's just an incomplete pass.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
First down, Titans.
On first down, Tannehill.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now this throw caught left side. A big play that time for the Titans. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, Tannehill. Open man, that's Henry. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the red zone now, Tannehill. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Holding, offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. This offense so far on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now Tannehill toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Spears trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. So can this New Orleans defense stand tall again? And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Josh Wiley, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up, it's good. That'll make the scoreline 20-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he gets it down to the 32. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Another run on 2nd down. Trying to cover up. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So now Tannehill and the Titans down by 13, 1:39 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Tannehill to throw. He's got Henry, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
You always think about picking up the first down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. and down 2 scores, it must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build